Hey, guess what time it is? It's speed build time. I'm sorry if this one's going a little quickly. It bounces around a lot. That's just, this build is going to bounce around a lot because I bounced around a lot when I did it. I'd be like, okay, it was my first experience building with the new pack, so I was all like, oh, look at this item. I need to put this in the kitchen. Oh, back upstairs to the bedroom. And so there will be kind of a lot of bouncing around. But the house I'm building today is a water wheel house, which I'm super, super excited about. And yeah, so you'll see like on the outside of it, there is like that pond and that water wheel. That water wheel actually moves. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's one of like the live edit objects, and it's like a water wheel on like a set piece in like house kind of thing in town. So it actually does move because like it moves like when it's in the world. And so I just found that so I opened the cheat bar with Control-Shift-C, I typed in bb.show hidden objects and then bb.show live edit objects, and then in like the search bar by the catalog, you just type in debug and click one of the debug options, filter by cottage living, and then you can actually find, the water wheel I used, and also a lot of other stuff that I actually use in this build, because my goal was in fact to try and use a lot of like the live edit objects, because we didn't get a ton of objects in like the actual build catalog compared to other expansions, which everyone seems to be beefing over. I'm not beefing over it that much because I think the live edit objects are so good, and like, I don't know, as like someone who primarily builds, like I'm gonna use those objects anyway, and like it's not that big of a pain in the butt to like get them out, other than the landscaping. The landscaping is a pain in the butt just because you can't clone it, but alas. But yeah, so you'll see like this is my, like, since it's my like first build, I'll be, going through the swatches and using all the new floral wallpapers, which I have to say I've been wanting like more wallpapers in the game for so long. I really, really wish when they gave us like wallpapers that are like super cool, like when they added like the palm tree one to the base game, or when they added this one, I like just wish that they would also like add an option without the paneling on it. I don't understand why they do that, because listen, I love a nice wallpaper, but I do not love a nice paneling, and sometimes, especially in like a modern looking house, like the paneling just does not work, right? So I'll be like making a modern house and I'm like, oh, I want to use the palm tree wall as an accent wall, which is like, I want to do that in like every house. I love the palm tree wallpaper. And then it just has this stupid paneling on it. So I do like keep in my game the custom content like wallpaper that is just the palm tree wallpaper, but without the paneling. Like that is a need in my game. I have it 100% of the time. And I wish that with this one, they had listened to like the feedback we gave when they gave us that palm tree wallpaper and just been like, oh, perhaps we give it to them both ways. The other struggle I had with this house was I wanted it to be on a hill, but then I was like, well, why would there be a pond on a hill? Like, would a pond be like in lower water? So I didn't make a pond I didn't make it on a hill. And then I also like didn't raise the foundation. So like the front porch is just flat to the ground. I don't think it looks bad by any means, but it was just like different than what I would usually do. I also will say this might not even be my final reiteration of a water wheel house. I love water wheels. I've always kind of like wanted a water wheel attached to my house, and we have them now, so I will be using it, like overusing it, and I'm just apologizing it now. I'm just gonna apologize now for the overuse that this water wheel will get. Like, this might be the first of like 10 water wheel houses, because we have a pond tool and we have a water wheel. I can make my dreams come true. In this house, we're not there yet, obviously, but another big goal I have had was like trying to like show off just like the pack as much as I could. So I put in like everything, every like new gameplay object. So like there is like a cross stitching box in this house. There is I used like almost all the build items, which I was kind of impressed by. And then what else do I use? Oh, I use like the cows, I use the chickens, I use the new garden planters. Like I go through and I use all of it. Just because I kind of felt like I had to, I don't know, like, actually, like, I don't know, it was my first time. I just wanted to so bad. But, yeah, so, I don't know. am very, very proud of this house. I think I did a great job, which I don't always often feel like. So, yay for that. And I guess we're moving on to the kitchen now. And with the kitchen, I did try to use, like, lots of the new objects again. I did use, like, the chalkboard item that we got that is usually just, like, a wall hanging, but I actually kind of intersected it with the counter so it made it look like the, like, chalk and the candle were sitting on the counter, just because that was the only way it was going to fit with those short walls. And then you see the exterior of the build, and you're like, oh, wow, it looks naked. It does look, I always feel like a build looks, like, very naked until you do the landscaping, so landscaping won't come around for a minute. Oh, and here you'll see me going through and, like, scoping out all the new, like, live edit objects. There are many. One thing that did annoy me about the live edit with this pack is that I understand that, like, to set dress the world, they had to have, like, the windows be live edit objects that they could use. But it's really frustrating that, like, when you have live edit, like, the windows are in the catalog twice. And, like, even, like, that cute little bunny sign is in the catalog twice. And the cute little llama sign's in the catalog twice. And it's a big pain in the butt, let me tell you. Because you're scrolling through and you pass the first set of windows and then you pass the second set of windows. And, like, sometimes I want, like, free, like, zero simoleon live edit objects. Like, with landscaping, I tend to want to do that. But, like, with the little llama sign, I do want it to cost simoleons. Like, I do enjoy a challenge of, like, higher bills in The Sims 4. Or, like, and I, like, don't want it to be, like, an object that my Sims walk through for, like, all of it. Because that's, like, very annoying. So, it was, like, why are, like, so many of these in the catalog twice? And, like, having the windows in the catalog twice and the doors in the catalog twice. Like, one set is our usable doors that I'm going to put on the houses. And another set I'm never going to touch in my entire life because I don't need to set dress anything. And I don't know, they just are there cluttering up my life. And I know I've heard a lot of other people say that they love Agnes's handbag being in live edit objects, and I have to agree. I actually end up putting it in the kitchen a little bit later. So yeah, I'm a big fan of all the live edit objects. I just wish that, like, some of it wasn't there, because some of it's, like, so unnecessary. But, like, the plants are beautiful. We love them. They're great. And then let's see what else we're up to in the build. Look at me remembering to include a bookcase. I didn't really know what to do on that wall. Oh, and you'll see I have a bookcase there now. I'm, like, applauding myself for including it. I actually think I get rid of it so that I could use, like, the weird little dining room hutch thing. A hutch. I don't know how to explain what a hutch is. But, so I switched that to a hutch later. And then I actually just, for the bookshelves in the house, I end up using, like, the cute little bunny bookshelf that came with this pack. That's just, like, 2 bookends and a few books. But it functions as a bookshelf. I use those, like I use that object, like, twice. So this house, I think, does have, like, a lot of functionality. It does not have the base game items I would usually include for gameplay. Like, I won't lie. I usually put an easel in every home. And I usually put planter boxes in every home. And I usually have, like, I don't know. There's just a few things that, like, I put in a house. And I didn't actually include those in this one. Because in my brain, I'm excited to play with the new pack, and I figure a lot of other people are. And I'm sorry, but, like, the new pack, it's hectic, dude. Like, it's a lot going on already. When you are having, like, cows and chickens and, like, the oversized, like, crops and everything, and you're, like, doing the farm, there actually is, like, it's kind of hectic where you constantly feel like you're running out of time, which I like. Don't get me wrong. But I just was like, I won't even have time for an easel. When am I gonna paint if I have to feed a cow and clean a cow and pet a cow and socialize with a cow? When am I gonna paint? So there is no, like, easel or anything like that on this slot. But there is, like, all the new gameplay items, like the cross-stitching, there's a kitchen. But, like, I know that, like, they updated cooking quite a lot in this pack. This lot also has the Simple Living and Wild Foxes lot trade on, just because, like I said, I did want to, like, in this build show off all the, like, new things I could, right? That's why I went through Live Edit and pulled out all these cool things, and that's why I used the new thatched roof, even though I wasn't sure I wanted a thatched roof with my water wheel. I wanted to show it all off. I wanted to, like, enjoy the new pack. But yeah, so that was something I was really proud of. I do really like the master bedroom. It does look very girly, don't get me wrong, but I do like that. And then I am also, like, very proud of the kids' bedroom. I think that it's freaking cute, dude. Like, it's freaking cute. So, there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I think overall I did, like, a pretty good job. Like, could have done worse. But yeah, so we just gotta get, like, the finishing touches on the master bedroom and do the kids' bedroom. And I intentionally made a big kitchen in this house, even though the house is pretty small, because I really, like, I like the idea that this is somewhere, like, you're gonna have your kid cook with you and teach them to cook, you know. Though that being said, there is not, like, room for too many Sims in this house. But, like, I mean, the lot's really, really big, and I actually didn't even fill the full lot, right? Like, I just kind of stuck myself on a big, like, 50 by 40 lot so that I would have room to build whatever I wanted, and then I did not even fill it all. And that's, like, the lot I uploaded it to the gallery on, so I don't know if it will fit on anything smaller. It does go almost, like, 40 wide, but if you put it on, like, a 30 by 40 lot and, like, turned it sideways or something, maybe it would fit, you know? Yeah, but, like, I did not use this whole lot, so, like, there is definitely, like, room to expand and room to grow, and you could, like, add to the house and just, like, scoot some of the stuff in the backyard backwards. I also went, like, I terrain painted a lot more than usual. Like, I went in depth with the terrain paint. That is something I usually would not do, but that you will see me do. I mean, I did a lot of it off camera, but you'll see me do some terrain painting, and, like, I actually landscaped the crap out of this thing. And, like, when I landscaped, I used a lot of those Live Edit objects, right? Like, we had, like, some cool, I don't even know what I would call them because I don't know anything about farming, but there's cool farm equipment. I know there's a tractor, and I use that. I just, like, put it in the yard as, like, an old abandoned tractor that got left there, you know? And then there's, like, I think they would be plows, maybe, or, like, things to till the ground, but I don't know anything about farming, so don't ask me. But I used some of those in the yard, and I thought that was very cool. Like, a cool addition. Yeah, I don't know. I just, like, I really tried to use objects that I wouldn't use and, like, use skills I wouldn't use. I mean, even in the yard, like, I put, like, hay bales with the cows, and those aren't even Live Edit objects. Those are, like, in the catalog, and they're, like, chairs, but I wanted to, like, stack them by the cow. Like, I tried to do some creative thinking. I tried to be interesting. I love the red swatch on the windows and, like, the interior doors that I used. Like, everyone is out here making a fool out of themselves and, like, simping over this green swatch. But listen, that red swatch has my heart. That red swatch can, you know, seduce me. It can marry me. I love that red swatch. It's, like, truly beautiful. Yeah, there's all that cool Live Edit object stuff in the backyard, and I did all the, like, landscaping around the pond I did as, like free landscaping, like Live Edit object landscaping, simply because I was like, this will be so pricey, and I don't feel like it should be, like, so pricey if, like, the pond was naturally there, right? Like, I wanted to pay for the house, I wanted to pay for the things in the house, but, like, I hate paying for landscaping because it feels like I shouldn't have to sometimes. Like, it feels like it would just naturally be there for free when you moved on to the lot and you wouldn't have to pay for it. Unless you were, like, you know, building the house for the first time, but it's clearly, like, an old house. It's not like a modern house where you pay for your landscaping. I like a degree of realism in my game. I also, like, tried to include some, like, sitting spots outside, like some little benches. I never actually use those in my game, but it would be nice in theory to grab a book and sit outside. See? Realism. I also tried to, like, include, like, lots of trees just because I wanted, like, I don't know, I was like, oh, the poor cow, it'll get all hot outside. And I wanted that big, like, droopy tree over the pond. And then I think I put the leaf texture on the pond because in my brain I was like, well, there's a big droopy tree there, so of course it would have the leaf texture. That doesn't make sense. And yeah, I don't know. But, just got to get our final finishing touches on the build. And, I'm trying to think of other stuff I tried to do that I just want to brag about before I leave. I tried to, mix up the fencing, and I did use every kind of fence we got in here. And I think I used every gate. I don't think we have a gate for, the interior fence, which is, I'm fine with because I wouldn't need one anyway. But, and I did use the little truck. I was proud of that truck, the little green truck that I made, a little driveway for. I used to not want cars, and now I've kind of changed my tune, and I always use them. And I always want a car and a little driveway, because, yeah. But we're about to head into screenshots, so I'm gonna go. Bye!